안녕하세요 여러분, 엠사입니다. First of all, Happy New Year's! I hope you all managed to start it on a good note, and as my first video of the year, I want to give you guys something that you have been asking me for months, and that is our K-pop lyrics breakdown segment, where we take K-pop lyrics, we dissect them, and we use them to help us learn Korean. You guys seem to very enjoy the process of combining your favorite K-pop songs together with a little bit of Korean learning, so I'm finally back, but today I also want to do something a little bit different. I want to dedicate this episode to a very special person, and I want this episode to be a tribute to someone that has been very dear to our hearts for a very, very long time. And I know many of you try to start the new year leaving all the negative, leaving all the bad behind, but I'm a firm believer in taking important and valuable lessons that did happen in the past year and carrying them over to the new year's to really cherish those things and learn and be better. And as many of you are aware of the tragedy that happened a month ago, I really want to make this episode a tribute to an incredibly important issue that all of us have been affected due to this incident, but also all of these people that are completely outside of our Korea-loving and K-pop-loving community are affected by. And those things, of course, are mental health issues and depression and, you know, eventually, of course, suicide. So let's walk into the New Year's happy and healthy and motivated, but at the same time, let's cherish the sacrifices other people have done for us. To take a moment and ask ourselves, are we starting the new year on a positive mental and emotional note? As for the K-pop lyrics breakdown, the song I'll be using today is of course by our beloved, incredibly talented and amazingly heartwarming Jong Hyun from SHINee. I've been following SHINee ever since their debut, and he has always been an incredible inspiration for me in terms of what a true multifaceted artist should be like. But keeping up with the traditions of our K-pop lyrics breakdown series, I'm not going to tell you the name of the song, which I want you guys to guess in the comment section, and I will of course pick the person who got it right first, and I'll pin your comment to the top so that everyone will know that you got it right. Feel free to write anything else you want, a little letter to Jong Hyun, a little comment about how you're feeling, just anything. Feel free to pour your heart out. This is a safe space to do so. I'm sorry for the little mushy introduction, but without further ado, let's finally get into the breakdown. 너의 그 작은 어깨가 너의 그 작은 두 손이 지친 내 하루 끝 뻐근한 이불이 되고 수고했어요. 정말 고생했어요. 내게 또 내 어깨가 몽득 깐 나의 두 손이 지친 너의 하루 끝 뻐근한 위로가 되기를 자연스레 너와 숨을 맞추고파. So these were the lyrics that we're going to be dissecting today, and trust me, they're not as complicated as they sound. I'm quite certain you were able to discern at least some words here and there. At least something sounded familiar, hopefully. So, first line goes like this. 너의 그 작은 어깨가 너의 그 작은 두 손이. And this is kind of two sentences just kind of mushed together. They both have the same structure, where they basically mean your small shoulders, your small hands. 너의 means yours because it's a combination of 너, which means you, and then 예, which is a possessive particle. Then we have the word 그, which generally means that. But here we're not really translating this word at all in English because we just don't form sentences in the same way. But just for your reference, 그 means that. 작은 is an adjective and it means small, and it comes from the verb 작다. Yes, I said a verb. Adjectives in Korean mostly come from verbs, or you can think of adjectives in Korean having verb-like qualities where they have like the unconjugated version, and then you kind of have to modify them to turn them into adjectives, whatever floats your boat. If you want to know more information about adjectives and verbs and direct modifying and all that stuff, I have linked it, I think, in this corner right here. One of my previous episodes of the Weekly Korean series definitely talks about that, so do check it out. Next word, 어깨가, which means shoulders. 어깨 is shoulders, and 가 is a topic marking particle, so 너의 그 작은 어깨가 basically means those small shoulders of yours. So I guess we could say, depends on how we translated that, we do translate the word 그. And then the second part of the sentence has the same structure, so it basically means the same thing. 너의, yours, 그, those, or that. 작은, small, 두, which means two, literally in English. Oh, I never realized that two and two are so similar in pronunciation in Korean and in English, and they both mean the same thing. 선 means hand, so 선이 is hand plus topic marking particles, so those two hands of yours. Next line, 지친 내 하루 끝 포근한 이불이 되고. 지친 means tiring, and it's once again an adjective that derives from a verb, kind of, which is to be tired, which is 지치다. 내 하루 끝. 내 means mine. And if you want more information about pronouns like mine or yours in Korean, because they can be a bit confusing, especially with the spelling, there's a video for you right here. 하루 끝 means the end of the day. 하루 is one of the ways in Korean to say day, and then 끝 means end. I really like this word. It really sounds like what it means, like 끝. Done. 포근한 이불이. 포근하다 means to be cozy, so 포근한 is cozy. 이불 is blanket. So 포근한 이불이 is a cozy blanket. 되고 is a combination of the verb 되다, to become, and then 고, which is a particle that means and. So as a whole, the sentence means become my cozy blanket at the end of the tiring day. Next line, 수고했어요. 정말 고생했어요. This line is probably the reason why I chose this song today, especially for this tribute, because if I could say anything to not only Jong Hyun but also his family and everyone else who's affected by the same sort of things that he was affected by, these are the words that I would tell them. 수고했어요 in Korean means well done, kind of like you did a good job. 고생했어요 means that you've worked really hard. And 정말 means really, like very. So 수고했어요, 정말 고생했어요 means you did a really good job, you really worked hard. Next line, 내게도 내 어깨가 뭉툭한 나의 두 손이. And this is the beginning of a very long sentence, mind you, so bear with me. The meaning in English might be a bit confusing because of the sentence structure difference between Korean sentences and English sentences. So, 내게도 means to you too. So 도 is the part that means to, and then 내게, the 게 part indicates that it's to whoever is talked about in the front, which is 내, and the way it is spelled means that it's you. So 내게도 means to you too. Then 내, the way it is spelled means mine. 어깨가, once again, shoulders, with a topic marking particle. 뭉툭한. 뭉툭한 means thick, and it comes from the verb 뭉툭하다, which means to be thick. 나의 손이. 나의 means mine. And if you're a bit confused that 내 means mine and 나의 also means mine, like, it's kind of the same thing, it's just 내 is a shortened version of 나의. Once again, if you want more information, I have linked a video already and I told you to go look into it, so if you haven't, this is a perfect moment to do so. 두 손이, once again, two hands. So far what we have is to you, my shoulders, and my thick hands. So those shoulders and those hands need to either do something or mean something, or like some kind of action has to happen to the person that is being talked to. Oh, the lighting has become very golden. Wow, my hair looks incredibly ginger in this lighting. Guys, I promise I'm not so ginger in real life. Or maybe I am. Next line, 지친 너의 하루 끝, which is a play on a sentence that we've actually encountered earlier, which means at the end of your tiring day. 지친, tiring, 너의, yours, 하루 끝, end of the day. So if you look at the previous line and this line, it's kind of like to you too. At the end of a tiring day, my shoulders and my thick hands. Once again, we're missing a verb, we're missing an action, and that is normal in Korean sentences because, of course, the action and the verb always go at the end. Next line, 포근한 위로가 되기를. 포근한 is a word that we've already encountered earlier. It means cozy, it comes from 포근하다, to be cozy, and then 위로가 comprises of 위로, which is comfort, and then 가, topic marking particle. By the way, if you need any help with particles, I've also made a weekly Korean video about those, so once again, it will of course be in the cards. And then we have 되기를. 되기를 comprises of 되다, which means once again to become, and then 기를, Honestly, in this case, I can conclude, out of my own personal experience of learning Korean, that here a word, the verb of the sentence, is actually dropped. Whether it is for the purposes of rhythm or rhyming in this case, but I feel like this sentence should have ended with 되길 바래, which means to hope to become. And I have made a Weekly Korean episode about it quite recently. I mean, if we consider that I haven't been making Weekly Korean episodes for a couple of months, but it's one of the recent ones, and hopefully I'll have the space in the cards to put it in there, but if you want to know more about it, head over here. So, this super long sentence that spans across 3 lines means, I hope my shoulders and my thick hands will become a cozy comfort to you on a tiring day. There you go. It is a pretty long sentence, even in English, I'm not gonna lie, so if you guys were a bit confused with it, don't worry. Pause this video at any moment if you want. I actually highly recommend you pausing these videos and copying whatever I write here in Korean, because writing out Korean words with your own hands definitely proves not only your understanding but also your Korean writing, which is kind of important. You want your writing to be legible. But I digress. We've come to the last line. Let's do this. It goes like 자연스레 너와 숨을 마주고파. And here I actually want to ask any of the native Korean speakers or Korean tutors that may or may not watch these series of mine to give me some help in the comment section, because I'm not sure why this line ends on 마주고파. I don't really know what that means. I tried to do my research online, I tried to kind of put things together and like theorize in my head, but I've not come up with any cohesive answer that I could give you guys, so we will translate this lyric regardless, but I just don't really know the grammar at the very, very end. Sorry. I never claimed to be proficient and fluent in Korean. I'm a fellow learner who just loves to share what I do with you guys. I know, I'm weird. So, 자연스레 basically means naturally, and I know those of you guys who have studied Korean, you're like, but wait a minute, this is probably misspelled. It should be 자연스럽게, right? Yes, absolutely. 자연스럽게 definitely means naturally, but also 자연스레, and this is the first time I'm also encountering this word, but apparently it means the same thing. It is used really, really often in daily life, so yeah, if any of you guys know why both of these ways of spelling this word works, do let me know. 너와 means with you. 너 means you. 와 is a particle that means together or with. It can also sometimes mean and. 숨을 means breath. 숨 is breath. 을 is just an object marking particle. 마주고봐. 마주다 means to adjust something or to set something. The way I would translate the sentence is naturally syncing our breaths together. Once again, not really sure what 고파 means. My best guess would be that 맞추다 is a verb, and in Korean it's possible to make compound verbs. I have made a video about it. If I have space, I'll put it in the cards. To me, go here is kind of like the combining particle that combines 2 verbs. So like 맞추다 plus whatever verb starts with 파. What verb has a stem of 파? I mean, I know 팔다, but that means to sell, so that kind of doesn't really fit. So this is kind of my train of thought, like this could be a compound verb. Right, I feel like this episode has dragged on for way too long. I'm not gonna go over the English translation of lyrics together. You guys know what they are. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it useful and you learned something new today. I also really, really hope that all of you are genuinely happy, and if you by any chance may or may not be, just know that you're not alone. Whatever you feel, whatever the reality may be, you really are never alone. Please be happy, please keep Jong Hyun in your memories, cherish him as the idol he was, as the inspiration he was to so many of us. I hope you had fun today, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you all very, very soon in another video. Bye! 안녕!